taken. Councillor Filipaina, did you wishing to second? You don't wish to speak? Councillor Lee and then Councillor Walker.
I'm very interested in Councillor Quack's comments, but we are dealing with the hearing panel and public consultation. So I think it's very, very important that members of that panel go into that process with an open mind and are objective and are able and willing to change their minds. Otherwise, if the panel or members of it go in with a predetermined attitude, it makes the whole thing a farce, to be honest.
Madam Chair, just as a defence, I've always stated what I believe around these, but I want to assure Councillor Lee that I've been very open-minded. I'm quite willing to listen to evidence, evidence that, as as Penny Bright pointed out, should have been provided around the Auckland plan. Section 79 of the Auckland legislation which set up Auckland said that the spatial plan must be evidentially based, Councillor. And as the future Mayor of Auckland, Penny Bright, pointed out, it wasn't.
My comments are serious. Just give it some thought.
Councillors, and I think we could. This is a discussion that we've had many, many times, and we're not going to have it again. I've got Councillor Walker. You're next.
Yeah, really just a comment around the sustainability of what's proposed here. We make the assumption that Auckland is going to grow by this amount, but I don't find much reference around energy self-sufficiency, issues around food, livability, impact on elite soils, and frankly, the limits that Auckland may face into the future. And I think that they are very real issues that we need to address in Auckland's geographic context. And it should really be sitting within a wider national context. That's my view.
Thank you, Councillor Walker. Did any of the team want to comment on that?
No,
okay.
thank you, Madam Chair.
Councillor Wood, and then we'll take a break.
Madam Chair, just while we're talking about the Auckland plan, and this, these figures that we're being bandied around, I just wonder, where are we? We're going to review the plan or audit the plan every 3 years. So where is that audit process at the moment, Mr. Victor?
So that process is underway, as far as I understand.
Yeah, so a review of the Auckland plan is scheduled every 6 years, not 3 years. 6 years coming up shortly after next year's election. So we'll have a good look.
I couldn't hear. Councillor Filipaina was...
I was just saying to get his facts right, because he's been wrong twice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hang on,
Madam
councillors.
Chair,
Councillor,
I asked a simple question.
And I will chair this. Thank you. The answer's been given. The review and refresh happens after a 6-year time frame. There will be a proposal for the refreshed Auckland plan put to the next council.
I was talking about the audit, which is set out in the document, saying that after 3 years, council officers and stakeholders, especially central government, would audit the Auckland plan. So is that underway at the moment, you're saying?
The implementation part of the Auckland plan, there's a 3-yearly update and monitoring of that.
Yeah.
And the next one is coming, I can't remember, I will have to find out. So that's the 3-yearly one.
Okay.
But the review of the actual Auckland plan, that's the 6-yearly one.
Yeah.
And that's coming next year.
Okay, can I just get some more information about the audit then, please?
Yep.
Thank you.
That will be reported to this committee, councillor, so we will see that on a formal basis.
Madam Chair.
Okay. Member Taipere.
Just briefly, think a bit of a ditto on this subject as the business precinct matters I raised in terms of process. I see some stuff in the Māori impact statement, but just that I would push the message home, Chair, just work with the board and the strategy. Thank you.
Okay.
Madam Chair?
Councillor Brewer.
Oh, just a question, as part of that review, is of the Auckland plan, are we going to be able to see some really fine-grained detail around industrial land, business land uptake since the GFC? We based a lot of our previous analysis on pre-2008 uptake, but post, and particularly with some economic resurgence, are we able to see it? Because the forecast of 1,000 hectares over the next 30 years, or 33 hectares a year, seems insufficient, and we really need to see what the uptake of industrial, business, commercial land has been in the last 7 or 8 years, and as to whether this 1,000 hectares, as is promised, is going to be adequate.
Councillor Brewer, so yes, as part of that update coming next year, as officers, we've started some of that work to actually do exactly what you're talking, to start building that evidence base, so that whatever we bring to you as a proposal on where some of those changes might have to be is informed by that. So we're doing that this very moment, yes.
Thank you.
Okay, Councillor Casey.
Oh, just reflecting on Councillor Lee's remarks, I'd like to nominate Councillor Clow to be a member of that small group.
Blimey, it's not so small now, so we are getting bigger and bigger. Can I?
All good. All good for democracy.
I know, and we do this a lot. We end up with a cast of thousands, so I just need to remember this is to go and listen to the consultation, to come back with a process of the consultation and to make recommendations to us on any changes. We make the decision. This group does not make the decision, so let's just be really clear on that. Are you wishing to move?
Yep.
Okay, well, why don't we, how do people feel about that?
Madam Chair, I won't be on it. I mean, it's silly having too many people.
I'm just trying to get a handle on what, you know, we're expanding and expanding like the universe here with Councillor Cashmore, Councillor Clow, Councillor Darby, Councillor Quacks and Councillor Webster.
Good group.
Is that, Councillor Webster?
So I'm quite happy not to be on it.
No, well, with the greatest of respect, Councillor, your area is the most critical area that we're looking at here, so I think it's... Well, the last thing we need to do is get into a, you know, if you're there, I'm not going to be there. I think
Well,
that's
no,
unhelpful.
I'm not saying that.
I just think-
mean that at all.
I just think we need to work out what it is we're trying to do. If we're having a rational group of
Enough
people
to
who are flexible and able to attend these, we extended it out, and that may have been my fault as chair, trying to be too inclusive and saying yes to Councillor Quacks. Now we're trumping Councillor Quacks with Councillor Clow. I'm just, I need some guidance from you. What's the feeling? Mr Deputy Chair,
Excellent.
what's your feeling?
I am happy not to be there
No,
because then I
Councillor,
can...
that's not the point.
But I can
Oh, look,
Councillor
I'm
Darby.
happy to decline, and I know there are no predetermined opinions by people, but I will say I'm possibly one of the few in this council that are quite keen to go intensify and go up, 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 whereas I do feel as at times most of us want to go out, out, out.
I hear what you're saying,
Which I
but I
think you
take
would
Councillor Lee's wise counsel, which is that the councillors going into this need to have a reasonably open approach to this, so I would challenge anyone who doesn't, speak now or forever hold your peace. But I don't think the intensification approach that you and I are so passionate about is a minority view around the table. But let's just, if you're happy, Councillor Clow, that we'll have a say when it comes back to us. We'll stick with what we've got. It's been moved and seconded. I'm going to put that. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Against, carried. I'm now going to move a
This is an
15-minute
RMA thing.
break until 11:30. Is there a seconder for that? Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Then let all the
Those in favour say
females
aye.
down.
Against, carried.
Let all the females down. Stop being grumpy. Look.